So welcome to the Solstice Proposers Day today from IARPA. Thank you all for being here in person, and thank you to those who are online as well. I appreciate folks took time out of their busy schedules to travel here, participate online, and hopefully we'll have a good day in store for you, and look forward to continuing the discussion afterwards. I just wanted to do a quick sound check. Hopefully you guys can all hear me here, but for anyone on the phone who is not able to hear me well, please respond in the chat, and our folks here will take care of that. So yeah, this is first slide here, just to let you know of some important details to get us started. We are collecting questions and feedback throughout the session today, but if you want answers to certain select questions, they need to be submitted to this email address right here, which has also been where you sent in questions previously. Please do not direct questions through the chat functions or other means. We're going to be paying most attention to this email reflector here. So if you happen to have any questions before 11:30, I think is when the cutoff is, feel free to send any questions there. Okay, just a few disclaimers. So this presentation is provided solely for information and planning purposes. This Proposers Day today does not constitute a formal solicitation for proposals or proposal abstracts, and nothing that is said today changes the requirements of a final BAA if and when it is released. The BAA language in the end would supersede anything that's presented by IARPA here today. This meeting's being recorded and will be posted online for viewing by the public after this meeting. And so, yeah, if there are emails that are part of this presentation, they may be out of date. Okay, why are we here? Well, part of it is for me to discuss more about the Solstice program, what it's about, to try to answer some of the questions that you have about it, provide clarifications where possible, and to get feedback on what you think about the program metrics, the program objectives, the goals. But the other portion here is to foster teaming. As I'm sure you've seen if you read the draft BAA technical section, this is a very broad and open program, and hopefully multidisciplinary. So I think it's going to take a wide variety of different areas of expertise in order to kind of meet the objectives that we've set forth here. So part of the reason that we're here is to foster teaming between all of you here and the folks online, so that you can know each other's capabilities, and that you can start to have conversations about ideas that might be able to meet some of the objectives. And an attendance list here for those of you who selected in your registration that you wanted to release your information, that'll be provided to all attendees here. Yeah, please ask questions and provide feedback. This is kind of your opportunity to let us know what you think we got right, what you think we got wrong, or things that need to be adjusted or changed. So please feel free to send any feedback. This kind of reiterates what I just mentioned. I think so. The timing should be 11:30 when we'll take a break. We'll go back into our war room, so to speak, and process through the questions and come up with responses to some of these questions. I'll come back at 1 o'clock, answer some of the responses, or provide some responses to some of those questions. But again, please send them all to this email that's right here. And then after the Proposers Day, IARPA will review the feedback received and post some of the questions online. So I kind of already went over this, but again, teaming is an important part of this to make sure that we're addressing all the needs of the Solstice program. And I just wanted to make note that FFRDCs, UARCs, other organizations that have a special relationship with the government, they cannot serve as part of performer teams. They can serve in some cases as part of a test and evaluation capability, but they cannot be part of performer teams. Lightning talks, for those who were approved to deliver lightning talks will be given following the response to questions at, I think, right around 1:30 or so, 2 o'clock, something like that. And we're still accepting collaboration capability summaries, for posting. So here's our agenda. I think you all have a copy in front of you as well. At this point, and here's a copy of the lightning talk agenda. And at this point, I want to hand the conference over to Dr. Rick Muller, who's our new director of IARPA, to give an introduction to IARPA. Rick, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me, Brian?
Yes, yes, we can.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you all for your interest in the Solstice Proposers Day. Thank you for coming to the meeting, for those of you who went there. I'm very sorry I can't be there with you to meet you all. That's one of the nicer parts of the director's job here. But what I'm going to do here is just give you a very fast overview of IARPA. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with the organization, but that's what my job is this morning. So let's go to the next slide. So IARPA engages in high-risk, high-payoff research targeted at the United States intelligence community's most difficult challenges. Let's go to the next slide. So IARPA's mission is to invest in high-risk, high-payoff research that has the potential to provide the United States with an overwhelming intelligence advantage over current and future adversaries. Our programs are complex and truly multidisciplinary, and we emphasize technical excellence and technical truth. We do this through the scientific method, normally is embodied in the Halmar Catechism, through peer and independent review, and through a full and open competition. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, IARPA from the start has been chartered to be different. IARPA is about taking real risks, not about quick wins or low-hanging fruit or anything easy. We have a relatively small size as an organization. That's one of the really exciting things about IARPA. And it's lean and non-bureaucratic, so we can really get a lot of engagement across the whole organization. Failure at IARPA is completely acceptable, and in fact should happen a certain portion of the time, as long as it's not our fault, as long as it's not due to failure to maintain technical and programmatic integrity, and as long as the results are fully documented so we can learn from them in the future. We want to leverage the best and the brightest through all of our programs here. We are looking at technologies that can really have an impact on the world. We want to create a highly flexible and adaptive research program. We have competitive awards, and we rely on having world-class program managers running everything. IARPA programs all start with a great idea, a qualified program manager, and a good vision for the program. And without those things, IARPA just won't start a new program. We'd rather do nothing. We maintain a cross-community focus. We address cross-agency challenges across the entire U.S. government, and in particular across the intelligence community. We leverage our intelligence community expertise, both on the operational side and the R&D side. Typically, IC partners work closely with us on creating a program pitch, on evaluating our progress, and on serving as transition partners for the results of that research. Let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, this is a relatively small organizational structure here. I'm the new director of IARPA. I've been here a couple months now. LaRonda Nicholas is our deputy director. We've got a really solid operations teams that includes things like acquisitions, budgeting, execution, our IT support, our security, and our public affairs office. We currently have an opening for the chief of staff, but we normally have the chief of staff that kind of holds the front office together. And IARPA is divided into two different organizations. We have an office of analysis that Rob Raymer is the office director for. And we have an Office of Collection that Dr. William Bernard is the director for. And these are kind of like software and hardware traditionally. We'll go into a little bit more detail on those in the next couple slides. So let's go to the next slide. The next slide shows an overview of the logos of the programs that we're currently running out of the Office of Analysis right now. Many of these are focused around biometrics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, techniques like that, maybe computer vision, cybersecurity, topics like that. And then if we go to the next slide, we'll see the projects that are currently running under the Office of Collection. Our first project was in quantum information science, and we've had one going since then. The current one is called ELK, Entangled Logical Qubits. We do exciting work in novel computing platforms. The Agile project and the Micro-E for AI is there. We've got some space programs as well. Sintra is a nice example of that. And then, of course, you'll see the logo here for Solstice, which is why we're all here today, which is trying to move solar energy technologies forward. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, I think I covered most of this. IARPA programs run from 3 to 5 years. We want to make sure they have goals that are clear, ambitious, credible, and measurable. We want IARPA performers to publish peer-reviewed results and data to the greatest possible extent. We have an independent and rigorous test and evaluation process here to make sure that that what we are delivering really is clear, ambitious, credible, and measurable. We involve intelligence community partners from start to finish, and we transition new capabilities to those intelligence community partners. Let's go to the next slide. Let's see, technical and programmatic excellence are required. Each program has a clearly defined and measurable goal. These approaches, coupled with limited term program manager tenures here, ensure that IARPA does not institutionalize programs, that fresh ideas and perspectives are always coming in, that we always question the status quo, and that only the best ideas are pursued and only the best performers are funded. Next slide, please. Okay, IARPA's research portfolio is diverse. We include math, physics, chemistry, biology, microelectronics, neuroscience, linguistics, political science, cognitive psychology, and more. 70% of completed research programs transition to U.S. government partners. To date, we've published over 3,000 journal articles. IARPA-funded researchers have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for quantum computing research, a MacArthur Fellowship, and a Bell Prize. And IARPA serves on a number of important governing bodies across the U.S. government. I'm not going to read them all here, but as part of our mission of delivering these results across the government for the greatest impact possible. Let's go to the next slide, please. How to engage with IARPA? Well, you're already here at the Proposers Day, so that's a big part of it. We have a website at iarpa.gov, and throughout our website, you can learn more about engaging with us on highly innovative work that is having a positive impact on the intelligence community. The website address is here. There's a phone number for our front office, and as well as an email address to reach out to for more information. On our website, you'll also see open broad agency announcements, requests for information about specific programs, and any seedlings that are going on, which are smaller targeted research programs that are less than $1 million in costs and are intended to address highly innovative ideas and concepts. And I think the next slide is my final slide. Okay, no, it was not. That was my final slide. So again, thank you all for coming to the Solstice Performers Day. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm going to leave you in Brian's competent hands and look forward to hearing all the great things that you all discussed today. So Thank you very much, and have a wonderful Performers Day.
Great. Thank you, Rick.